let's go inside.
Yeah, let's go inside. Pause. Looking nice so far.
Welcome inside. This is a 297 square foot ADU, and it gives a really light and airy feel when you first come in. We have tons of windows, and I really love the light blue shade that we have on the walls. It really just opens up the space and makes it feel a little larger as well.
All right, before we move on, in this video, she's super young and she's helping people turn sheds into tiny homes. This is a whole new era, but I'm gonna show you on Alibaba. So first Alibaba, and then we're gonna go on Amazon, and I'm gonna show you some of these deals for these tiny homes and stuff if you guys want to do that. I wouldn't recommend them just for yourself. I would recommend them as a business model if you wanted to flip them or if you wanted to Airbnb them, but I wouldn't recommend you trying to live in them, and I'm going to tell you why. But let's continue, and then I'm going to show you what's on Alibaba.
Are currently in the entryway of the house, and as you can see, it's spacious, right, and open. I was very intentional on adding a mirror here, and you'll see that there are a couple of mirrors throughout the home because for a small space, it truly just opens it up and makes it feel a bit larger. This is really just where I keep
her organizational skills and design skills are immaculate, right? It does, how she got everything set up, it does make the place seem a lot bigger, doesn't it?
Shoes, just everything for when you currently just enter the house. That is where this will be. And right over this little peninsula is where we have our sleeping area. This is a full-size bed that fits perfectly within this space. I do want to note that I totally designed the space myself. I drew out the floor plan on a blank sheet of paper, but this full-size bed is actually fairly new within the last year. Previous to this, we had a futon here that kind of pulled out. When I lived here, that was honestly one of the...
That's crazy. Y'all need to chill out in the comments talking about she's wise and beautiful too. Let's take a brief intermission. Let me show you over here on Amazon real quick. Look at this. Take a look. If you just go to Amazon and you type in there tiny homes, look at this, guys. Right? Some of you guys are looking for investments and business models to start for under $50,000 and 20 grand and all of that. Hey, these tiny homes are around, you're looking at the prices right now. Super cheap. Super, super cheap. Now, do I recommend it? What I'm going to recommend you guys do is going to be towards the end, which is only a $1,000 investment. But is still in real estate. So if you're interested in getting into real estate with no risks or anything like that, without having to purchase any property, but you can still enjoy and benefit from the lifestyle of collecting monthly income from real estate, then that would be towards the end. But this is Amazon right here, guys. As you can see, look at this one right here. This one is a luxury tiny home. I kind of like this one, and it comes fully furnished. $48,000, but if I'm spending $48,000, it'll be on something else, not a tiny home. Okay, this one right here is $17,000. Let's get back to the video, and then I'll show you guys AliExpress or Alibaba in a minute.
Major changes that I made was moving the bed down here because the sun shines so beautifully in the morning on this house. So being able to wake up and the sun is peeking through each of the windows and just opening those up, feeling a breath of fresh air, it was perfect. So when I converted this space into more of the bedroom area, I then turned the loft into more of a reading nook. So I can go up there if I want to store a couple of things, I absolutely can. This is our library ladder, actually. It wasn't a necessity initially or even in my initial plans when I designed.
You gotta be cold if you put a ladder in a tiny house. Like I said, her organizational skills is cold. So even if you don't do the tiny house thing, you might want to hire her for interior design or decorating or to create the floor plan for you guys' houses that you're trying to get built or something, right? This is crazy. She's wild.
the house. This was actually supposed to be a staircase with underneath storage, because again, you want to maximize all of that storage. Unfortunately, again, that just was not able to happen, but I'm glad that we were able to put this here, because I am a huge fan of like Harry Potter. And if you remember the scene in one of the movies where they see him and it's like, oh my gosh, it's Harry, and they slide the ladder, and I just always wanted to experience that. So that is really why this ladder is here.
Yo, she's putting fantasy into her real estate projects. I like that. All right, let's check out a couple more. Let's go over here.
That I would need a bit of closet space, and this is the closet space that I was able to come up with. So when I lived here, honestly, it was pretty ample storage, because I was able to put some things up here, hang things both here and down here, and then also have this shelf. Is I also utilized the underbed storage, but I used some bed risers, and I also had storage all under the bed, which made it just enough storage and perfect for me. I am a real estate entrepreneur based out in Atlanta, Georgia. I run marketing for my startup called GatherADU.com, where we help homeowners to...
Hey guys, I definitely want you guys to reach out to her if you are considering something like this. I ain't stingy. Make sure you share this in every real estate group. Share this in your local buy, sell, and trade groups and stuff on Facebook. Share this right now. Go ahead and do a Jet Li sidekick to the like button as well, guys. This is actually amazing, right? So I'm gonna teach you the HOMETEL business model towards the end. The HOMETEL business model is not a derivative, but it's similar to the Airbnb business model. The only difference is you own the platform, so you don't have to purchase any real estate or anything like that. You have your own platform, and what you do is you allow other people to list their properties on your platform, and you charge them. You can charge them monthly to list their properties, or you can just, whenever someone books from their properties, you can get a cut from that. So the HOMETEL business model allows you to be the platform owner without having to purchase any real estate, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Use the extra space in their backyards to create housing. I've been doing this for about 3 years, and prior to this, I was in consulting at a global firm, really enjoying myself, but I stepped into real estate, and it's been an amazing time since.
I can tell.
I had recently purchased my home here in Atlanta, Georgia, on the south side, October of 2019. And at the time, I am doing consulting work, so I'm in and out of the city. And by March of 2020, I had found myself back here because of the global pandemic, which again changed tons of people's lives. But I was in the house, and it's like, okay, this is a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom house. It feels pretty big for just me. And on top of that, I knew that I wanted to get back to renting it, because while I was working in consulting, I was short-term renting the house that I had purchased. But now I was in that house, and now
Okay, now let me show you guys what's over here on Alibaba real quick. Prince Ali, Alibaba. That's from Aladdin. Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. Okay, so here we go. This is not AliExpress. This is Alibaba. Okay, Alibaba. Google Gaga. All right. So you just do the same thing we did over there on Amazon. You can search tiny homes, and as you can see, this one is $5,000 right here. Kind of cool, right? $5,000 for that one. Then you got this one, $5,894 to around $6,000. Then you have this other one right here that is $5,200. It come with the images and all of that, so you can really check it out. And like, these are super cheap. You understand what I'm talking about? And you can resell them on American sites, but I ain't gonna even like talk to y'all about that business model. Look at this one right here, the modern design. Let's click on it. Let's see if it'll give us a close up. Ooh, and it come with a video. This one is G. You got a 15-second video. Oh snap! It auto plays. Show me, baby. Show me. Give me a little tour of the shindig. Okay. So, as I said, you can get this one for around $5K, and they'll have it delivered. We're totally in a different era where you can deliver a freaking house. Like, that is freaking crazy, right? Look at this one for $11,500 to around $14,000. You got this one for only $800 to $1,200. I got that. That one got to be like extremely small, pause. Okay, then this one is 20 grand, guys. So there are plenty options. If I was gonna get one, from what I've heard so far, I would probably go the route of getting it from Alibaba instead of from Amazon. Mainly because it's the same thing. You're getting the same thing, but you can, save you some nickels. You understand what I'm saying? You're getting the same thing, but since it's imported from across seas like hella far, you might have a longer wait time, but you get to save some ducats, because don't forget, you have things you have to purchase. You got to get the plumbing set up, you got to get the utilities, electricity set up. You might even have to buy a plot of land depending on where you at. Okay, so I mean, it's completely up to you guys. Let's check this out.
I am for the first time paying the mortgage myself because I cannot rent it out. I found myself in my kitchen. I looked out the window and basically said, that is way too much space to just do nothing with. The perfect way for me to get back to renting and being able to get my housing costs covered would be to build a shed to ADU conversion in the backyard. And then I'd move into the ADU and I can safely rent out my primary home.
Okay, that makes sense.
By the time we finish,
let's go on and say, I want to see some more of this. Look at this.
Beautiful view into the backyard. And for me, I don't know about you guys, but I definitely need a window when I'm doing all of my hard work.
Right?
Now we are moving into the kitchen area, which is one of the highlights for me, at least in the house. I did not spare any space when it came to the kitchen because I did really truly want to make sure that I had enough time to do what I love, which is cooking and making meals. So I did not want any mini fridge. This is a full-sized apartment size at the very.
How the hell is she fitting all this stuff in here? Pause. Like, this is crazy. She done turned into Ant-Man from Marvel. You understand? Like, dog, she got a full-size fridge in here. So this was a 12 by 12 shed that she converted into an ADU in her backyard because she needed help paying that mortgage, y'all. You understand? And it's just her, right? So 297 square feet, conversion tiny home. And she rents out the main house, the 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and that's where she was staying. She was staying in this small one, while she rent out the big home, I'm guessing on Scarebnb. That's what I call it, Airbnb. Guys, look, people are making waves with these tiny homes. But what did I say I was going to talk to you about? I said we were going to talk about the HOMETEL real estate business model. If you're really trying to get into real estate with low startup costs and no risk whatsoever, you should try the HOMETEL business model. Like I said, it flips the Airbnb co-hosting business model on top of his head. Why? Because you control the money. You control the deals. Why? You own the platform. You don't have to be competing with Airbnb. You don't have to be a billionaire or none of that. You can own your own platform. We show you how to get people onto your platform to list their own properties on your platform as short-term and long-term rentals. And whenever someone from their audiences, from their friends lists or whatever they're marketing, books a vacation or a home rental, short-term or long-term, you will get a cut the same way Airbnb does. If you notice, when you go to Airbnb and you book something that's supposed to be $1,200 a month, whatever, it ends up being around $1,800 or $1,500 or something, and they have all these little extra Airbnb fees. That is so Airbnb can get their cut. You understand what I'm saying? That's called drop servicing, and we do this in real estate. We converted that to the HOMETEL business model. You can go to the first pinned comment. While it's the holidays, you can get in at only $9.97. I have students making 6 figures in less than a month. You understand what I'm saying? You can see all the testimonials on the site, but stop watching testimonials and become one. Go to the first pinned comment and join HOMETEL now.